people, it's me, Kinghuman, and I'm back from another trip, and I don't know if you can guess where I went, but I can't help myself. Anyway, alright, you want to be a millionaire, this is absolutely true, and it can really happen, but it's going to be the hardest thing you ever do, because it's going to take discipline. Not necessarily hard work, but discipline. And it's this video is primarily geared towards you young guys out there, young people, whatever, young kids. If you want to be a millionaire by the time you're my age, seriously, millionaire, multi-millionaire probably by then, but by the time you're my age, and before you even ask, I'm older than Dracula. But you know what? You're going to be older than Dracula one day too, so shut the hell up before you call me a geezer. Anyway, here we go. I want you to stop buying crap like iPads and iPhones and video games and all the crap that is just consumerism bullshit that the minute you buy it depreciates in value. And what I want you to do instead is take that money and invest it in your own future by buying equities. Equities that pay a good dividend. Good, solid stocks. I'm talking about stocks here if you don't know what equities are. So, here's an example. And again, this is just an example. I'm not recommending this stock. I'm just giving you an example to show you the power of how this works and how a good stock that pays a good dividend can make you rich. Johnson & Johnson stock. It pays a decent dividend, and it's increased its dividend for the past 48 straight years at an average rate of about 13.4% per year since 2000. So here you go. If you had purchased just 200 shares of Johnson & Johnson back in 1980, it would have cost you about $14,500, $14,600. But you know what that would be worth today? $1.15 million. And that's if you would never put in another nickel other than reinvesting the dividends that stock pays. That's huge. And I know you're saying, oh, Kinghuman, $14,600. Well, I don't have that kind of money. Well, you don't need that kind of money. Put in $100. Put in... But, again, I'm not saying buy Johnson & Johnson. Do your research. Find good, steady stocks that throw off a good dividend and reinvest that dividend money that stock pays you for the next 20, 30 years. You're young. You can ride this out. You're going to get equity appreciation and you're going to get dividend payments. And just keep putting that money back in the stock. Don't take a nickel out of it for the next 20 or 30 years. And you'll be a millionaire by the time you're geezer age. Trust me. I mean, look at it this way. The time is going to go by whether you do this or not. You can get to my age and say, ah, shit, I wish I would have done what Kinghuman told me to do. If I'd have done it back then, I'd be sitting pretty right now. Or you can get to my age and go, man, I'm so glad I covered my ass. Because nobody else is going to cover my ass except me. I worked for that company. I had a job. I worked there for 50 years. I didn't even get a gold watch when I left. I got screwed without a kiss. And now what do I have? I don't have a pension. I don't have a pot to piss in. Or you can say, man, I'm a millionaire. I'm traveling the world. So there you go. You decide what you want to do. You know, because I guarantee you, 30 years from now, you're not going to give a shit about that video game that you bought back 30 years ago. You're not going to give a shit about the toys you bought and the crap that you bought. You're going to look back and say, wow, did I waste a lot of freaking money on that garbage? I wish I had that money back. So, again, I'm not saying buy Johnson & Johnson. I'm saying go do your research, find good, steady Eddie stocks that pay a good dividend. And when I say good stocks, I'm talking about good blue chip stocks. I tend to buy utility stocks. You know, things that people need. People are always going to need energy. They're always going to need water. You know, Johnson & Johnson may be a great stock. I don't know. I've got a buy-in for it, but you know, I will only buy on a lowball dip. So I know it's a good deal. And if you want to check this stuff out, if you think you have a stock that looks interesting, go to bigcharts.com and check out the charts on it. It's a free website. They're not going to charge you anything. And look into this stuff. Do your due diligence like anything else. And you can be a multi-millionaire, you know, and you'll be calling me up 20, 30 years from now saying, Kinghuman, thanks so much. You saved my bacon fat on that. And now I'm living large. So, you know, while my friends that bought iPods and video games and movies and DVDs and all that crap, they're just barely scraping by. They don't know how they're going to get through retirement. They don't know what they're going to do. And they're all asking me for money. I'm moving to Tahiti. And these guys, they don't know what they're going to do. So anyway, there you go. Something to think about. Think about your future. Because, you know, if you don't, who will? Alright, that's all I got to say. I'm sick of hearing myself talk. Again, do your due diligence. Good, steady stock, stable stock that pays a good dividend. Do your research, and you're going to be in a good position. Okay, what's my next video? Next video. I'm going to be reading people's emails. Pardon me, I still have that cough. I'm going to be reading people's emails, and I'll be answering them on the camera. So if you got an email, send it to me. I'll read your name, your YouTube channel, and I'll answer your email in a video. There you go. I'm out of here. Bye and R. Be good to somebody besides yourself. And you know what? Be good to yourself too. Alright. I'm outie.